as well as John's voice in singular. So good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. It's Tuesday. At least in Ohio it is. What is it for you, John?
Wednesday in Perth, Australia.
It's Wednesday in
on
Perth.
The West Coast.
John is now 13 hours different from me, which is like almost exactly opposite. So it's what? Is it 9 a.m. for you?
9 a.m.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
closer,
if it was 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. Yeah, so it's, meetings are really interesting right now with John.
Working our way west around the world.
Literally on the other side of the world. Actually, if I dug really straight to you, I might end up on the other side.
The exact opposite is actually in Halifax, the Atlantic time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just about as far away as possible from home.
Oh, yeah, yes, they're noticing there's an extra button on my menu here. Yes, I know some of you figured that out because you saw that in testing. So it's a funny story. Most games launch with achievements. Our game didn't launch with achievements because we are a very small team. We didn't have time to finish them. So most of the systems that are out there don't assume that you're adding achievements after the fact, which means they don't have any way to hide them if you're working on them. So some people noticed that some achievements started showing up in Steam a couple weeks ago. So yes, we are working on achievements. No, I'm not going to click on that button. And frankly, if I did, you guys wouldn't get a lot out of it at this point. It's all of our testing environment. It all says boring stuff that isn't real achievements at this point. But the cat is out of the bag. We're working on achievements, and yes, they are coming. So someone says in the chat, Napicross says, didn't launch with achievements, but there are cards for heroes on Steam. Yes, because those were graphics that were not made by us. They were made by Adam, I think.
Yeah, and those aren't achievements. Those are Steam trading cards.
Yeah, and which is actually, surprisingly enough, a lot easier to implement than achievements.
Yeah, all you need to do is provide graphics, and that's it.
Yep. So, what was the thing I was going to mention? Oh, right. So you guys were already chatting about it a little bit, but yeah, we do have a customer survey out right now. We're trying to glean some information about how you guys play the game, how you buy the game, the sorts of things that you guys do in the game to a certain extent. And we've already gotten a ridiculous number of responses, so thank you. But if you have not yet responded, I'm going to paste a link in the chat here for you to come and help us out. Tell your friends, even if they don't already play Sentinels, there are some questions in there just for them to help us understand a little bit more about sort of, just what we can do to make Sentinels better in the coming year. Here comes the link. Whether it's how we time out releases, certain features, what features we should be working on next, etc., etc. A couple of very interesting... We've actually received already enough responses to get some pretty interesting insights. Right now, the main responses are coming from our mailing list, which means, generally speaking, I think it's mostly the tried and true, like really good, sort of friends of the game and friends of the company. So it's something like 60% of the respondents bought the game in 2014. Which is somewhat useful to us, but it's also, it's just interesting that more than half, I think, at this point of respondents are people who have been playing the game for more than a year, which is really cool to think about, that you guys have been with us for more than a year, honestly.
We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, and actually I noticed last week's stream was actually number 52, which, granted, we missed a few weeks here and there, so it wasn't like a full year's worth. There's actually more than a full year's worth of streams, but that's... If we did one every week, that would be a year's worth of weekly streams. So
they're talking about jelly beans in the chat. I have a lot of jelly beans.
Oh, here. John's got the jelly beans. All right, well, we're 5 minutes in, so I guess it's about time for me to say welcome to the Handelabra live stream of Sentinels of the Multiverse. The goal of these streams is always to show you how to play the game, but also cover some strategy that can help you win. We are the developers, so you can always be sure to get some insight into the process, as well as maybe even see some stuff before anyone else. Yes, that's right, we are showing off even more Shattered Timelines preview tonight. I think it's going to be a new villain tonight. Woohoo! Fun times. The game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we do our best to explain what we're doing, when we're doing it, and why. And depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we may play more than one full game in a session. And sessions are usually aimed to be somewhere between an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. When we get really into it. Sentinels is currently available for iPad, Android tablets, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and you get more information at sentinelsdigital.com. gmail.com. So before we go any further, I did want to mention something about the stream next week. We have something very special happening on the stream next week, which is that, obviously, as you guys can see, we've been working on Shattered Timelines, and we are, finishing and locking a number of the pieces of Shattered Timelines, and one of the things that is actually going to hopefully be actually completely finished by next week is the new music. And so we're actually going to start the stream probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes early next week. And Jean-Marc is going to come by, and we're actually going to do a Shattered Timelines music listening party. So if you guys have some extra time next week, come on by. You'll see, when we go live next week, it'll give you your usual notification like it always does. But, so about 45 minutes early, maybe 30 to 45 minutes early, and we're actually going to be literally just playing the music from the game, the new music from Shattered Timelines. You've probably heard a little bit of it in the background, but this is going to be completely unadulterated. You're going to get to hear the music. We won't talk over it. It'll just be, we'll be quiet, and you'll get to hear it right up front. So it should be pretty cool. Jean-Marc actually wanted to do this. He wanted to start doing these for starting with Infernal Relics, but he didn't tell me in time before we actually released it. And so he was really specific about making sure we did it this time. So if you guys want to chat with Jean-Marc about his music process, as well as hear the music before we play next week, come on by. Maybe it's 15 to 20 minutes early. I'm sorry, 30 to 45 minutes early. We will be talking about it before we do it. So next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be tweeting and Facebooking, telling you when it's actually going to start. Once it's mastered and the music is finished, we'll know exactly how long it is and how much time we're going to need to give Jean-Marc, a chance to sort of, tell you a little bit about each song and et cetera, et cetera. So, should be a good time.
Be ready to up to an hour earlier.
Yeah, it could be up to an hour earlier. Yeah, definitely. And
Jean-Marc will be there to answer questions and chat with you guys. So.
So we have a question. Will there be a precast Q&A in the chat during that time? Concepts beyond just the music. I mean, the most important thing for this is that it will be a listening party. It'll be mostly about the music. If we end up with extra time, we're happy to answer questions, but we're happy to answer them now. We're happy to answer them every week during the chat. It's one of the things that we do. So feel free to do that. All right, so let's see here. Online multiplayer. Let's click that, and let's go ahead and quick play.
Cool feature. Good thing we put that in the game.
Yep.
Night Mist number 80.
There it is. Boom. So yes, a couple of you rightfully guessed who we are showing off tonight. That would be Kismet. So Kismet is the Charmed Scoundrel. She has a pretty interesting mechanic, which is her talisman, which flips, and depending on which side it's on, it's either in her area, giving her some bonuses, or it's in a hero's area, giving them some bonuses. I'm just going to go ahead as we do. I'm going to read through this. At the start of the game, Kismet enters play Charmed Scoundrel side up. Talisman is put into play. Enchanted Heirloom side up, and the villain deck is shuffled. At the start of the villain turn, if the talisman is in front of a hero, Kismet flips. If Kismet did not flip this turn, she deals each hero target 1 psychic damage. Whenever a hero target deals another hero target 4 or more damage, 1 Jinx card is destroyed. That's the other thing she has. She has lucky cards and Jinx cards. At the end of the villain turn, the top card of the villain deck is revealed. If it is a lucky card, it is put into play. If not, it is shuffled into the villain deck. And then there's her advanced rules, which we are not going to play. Tonight, at least. When she flips over, she is the Deranged Miscreant. And at the start of the villain turn, if the talisman is in the villain play area, Kismet flips. If Kismet did not flip this turn, she deals the talisman 2 irreducible psychic damage. At the end of the villain turn, Kismet regains 1 HP for each lucky card in play. Then Kismet deals the hero target with the highest HP X psychic damage, where X equals 9 minus the HP of the talisman. Max HP for the talisman is 7, by the way. In case you're curious.
So on this side, she's trying to get the talisman back, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, and that is, I've actually been playing her a bunch of times over the last week to sort of prep for showing her off, because as you guys in the chat probably know, I play Sentinels on the tabletop very rarely. So most of the decks from Shattered Timelines, with the exception of La Capitan, I had actually, I did play, what's his name, Chrono Ranger once physically, but the others I had never played before. I'd never played against the Dreamer, I'd never played Iron Legacy, I'd never played Kismet, so I've been playing her a bunch in the last week in the testing environment to sort of get to know how her mechanics work. I think, and actually I'll pop her open again, you can see that she's listed as a difficulty 2, which to my untrained eye I'd say is pretty accurate. I wouldn't say that she is super challenging, but depending on how things go, she can be, she has a couple of, if she starts to rack up the lucky cards or some other kinds of things, she can be tricky. I know that one of the strategies I've been working on is trying when the talisman is in front of her, trying to knock it down as fast as possible so that it moves in front of a hero, and then trying not to hit it until she then. If she hits it, then I try to kill it again and put it back in front of her. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not, but that's one of the things I've hit on, and that's one of the things I've been trying to do. So, I don't know. I'm still learning. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the talisman when we start the game.
Yes. All right, so environment-wise, we could play in a tried and true environment. We're not going to be showing off Time Cataclysm this week, unfortunately, because there's still some stuff that we're working on with Time Cataclysm. But I think you might get to see that next week. Let's see. How about if we just go old school? Maybe Insula Primalis.
Sure.
All right. So Kismet and Insula Primalis. So now we just have to figure out who we're gonna play tonight. I'll let you pick your two, and then I'll pick my two when you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, so Speedy Olrak says she can be managed. I assume he's talking about Kismet there. And I would agree with that. I've played against her now probably 6 times, and I think I've won 4. So I think that she's a reasonable villain. She's not super hard, but she's not a pushover either. So, all right, looks like we've got Eternal Haka and Omnitron-X for John. So I'm wondering if, let's see here. No, I'm still, yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Scholar as one of them, and Unity. We'll go all mini packs for me tonight. All right, so here it is. We got Kismet at Insula Primalis versus Eternal Haka, the Scholar, Omnitron-X, and Unity. And there she is, in all her glory. Poor little lost heroes, it looks like your luck has just run out. Allied with heroes once again, it is a good day. I hope to protect you all. Alright, so let's pop open that talisman real quick so we can take a look. On this side, it is the Enchanted Heirloom. When flipped to this side, restore this card to 7 HP and put it in the villain play area. This card is indestructible. When reduced to 0 or fewer HP, flip this card. Increase damage dealt by Kismet by X, where X is the number of Jinx cards in play. So that's one of her mechanics that got away from me, which was that I played her advanced, which I think adds even more to that. And all of a sudden, she was doing like 8, 10, 11 damage to me, and I was like, whoa, what's happening here?
Yeah, right. For me, when I'm looking at like whether I should hit the talisman, it totally depends on how many Jinx cards are in play.
Got it. All right,
if there's like 0 or 1, then I just leave it alone.
Yeah. So then flip it over. On the Stolen Charm side, when flipped to this side, restore this card to 7 HP and put in front of the hero with the highest HP. This card is indestructible. When reduced to 0 or fewer HP, flip this card. The hero this card is in front of gains the following power. And the power is, reveal the top 3 cards of any one deck, put them back on top of that deck in any order. Yeah, some people commenting on Adam's artwork for Kismet. I agree. It looks pretty amazing. I know, and I think we've talked about this before, Adam really likes revisiting these characters and getting a chance to sort of, not necessarily reinterpret them, but just sort of give them another pass. He's commented on that for us a couple times with some of these characters. So Eternal Haka starts with 2 ground pounds, a Haka of Restoration, and a Vitality Surge. The Scholar starts with a Keep Moving, Know When to Hold Fast, Offensive Transmutation, and a Proverbs and Axioms. Omnitron-X starts with a Defensive Blast, Elemental Exo-Chassis, Reactive Plating Subroutine, and a Reset. And Unity starts with B-Bot, Hasty Augmentation, Platform Bot, and Raptor Bot. Lots of bots, but no equipment to eat.
Well, might be someone else's equipment you eat.
Indeed. All right, so we'll start the game here. Kismet dealing some psychic damage. She plays Lady Luck. That is an ongoing lucky card, which then brings out Inconceivable Obstruction.
Well, that card doesn't. Her end of turn effect does.
Sorry. Oh yeah. So let's pop those open and read them real quick. So these are both lucky cards. Lady Luck is an ongoing lucky. Whenever a villain card would be destroyed, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it is not a lucky card, discard it and prevent the card destruction. If it is a lucky card, put it into play. And then her Inconceivable Obstruction is an ongoing lucky that the first time each turn Kismet would be dealt damage, reveal the top card of the environment deck. If it is a target, put it into play and redirect the damage to it. If it is not a target, discard it. This, I actually had a really fun game where... it might have actually been an Insula Primalis now that I'm thinking about it. And I hit her like 4 times in a row, and none of them were targets. It was like, an obsidian field, and then it was, a lava flow, and whatever the other kinds of, volcano-oriented cards were. But it was no targets, and so it just kept hitting her, which is nice. That's a lot of what her mechanics are all about, is it's luck. It's if it's either this or it's that, and if, it could go either way, 50-50.
Yeah. Do we have any ongoing destruction? You have B-Bot, but you can't, we can probably put some equipment so you can play it.
Yeah, I've got a B-Bot.
Of course, the trouble with Lady Luck is your ongoing destruction might just not work.
There is that.
It's the first one you generally want to try to destroy, though. Alright, so for Haka, I think there's not too much damage going around, so I'm just going to draw cards.
Alright.
And I'll use my power to draw more cards.
More cards, all the cards. Yes, for those who have not yet played Eternal Haka in the game, his alternate power is to draw a card and then discard a Haka card to draw 2 more cards. Draw all the cards. All right. Let's see. So that Proverbs and Axioms is really good when we're either low on HP or looking to do a bunch of damage if we've got some damaging heroes. But as you said, there's not a ton of damage happening yet, so I wonder if maybe Scholar takes this as a draw card turn as well.
That's what I would probably do.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to know when to hold fast. It's an important thing to know. So I draw Don't Dismiss Anything, a Flesh to Iron, Grace Under Fire, Solid to Liquid, and another Solid to Liquid.
Very exciting start.
Indeed. It's alright. Sometimes you just got to take a minute to prep.
It's true. Alright, so the plating I'm probably going to be looking for with Omnitron-X is the one that reduces psychic damage, which is Temporal Shielding, because most of the damage she does is psychic. So I might just look for that with Reset. Look at one card, an Innervation Ray. Well, that'll do. And then my other cards right now are not super useful to play. And then I guess I'll use a power to... I think I'll time shift Unity and maybe get a bot or an equipment for you.
So some people in the chat are talking about how different Eternal Haka is from regular Haka. The main thing to me that makes him different is that it gives me another reason to use Haka cards. Being the damage dealer that I am, that the chat knows I am, the only Haka card that I use with real regularity is Haka of Battle. I'll occasionally use a Haka of Restoration if I'm really low, but as Eternal Haka, I don't dread drawing 3 Hakas of Restoration or Shielding, because to me that's more cards. I'm gonna use those and I'm gonna draw up a bunch of extra cards, and then maybe I'll draw another Haka of Battle and I'll build myself up. So.
Would you like a Cryobot in play?
Yeah.
Oh, and there I have some ongoing destruction in my hand.
Nice, excellent. That lets you destroy 2, yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
So you could here play Hasty Augmentation to have Omnitron time shift you again and maybe get something. It doesn't use the damage bonusy part of it, but actually, we have very few damage dealing powers in our group. So
that should make for a fun game.
It's mostly cards, and I guess that there's powers on cards, so. And I will time shift. Maybe we'll get another bonus bot or construction pylon. Raptor bot.
Oh, yes.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
And actually, destroy Innervation Ray to put another bot in play.
I will do that. And I think what I'll do is I'll get another Raptor bot out to boost both of their damage by 1. So now, would you go... I assume we would go right after Kismet in this scenario, but...
Yeah, there are no jinxes in play. The Talisman is doing nothing right now.
Okay, great. So yeah, so we'll do 8 damage. Oh, right, we've got Inconceivable out, but yeah... So
there is that. But,
right. So let me just walk through what just happened there. So her Inconceivable Obstruction... Whenever she's going to take damage, the first time on a turn, it sort of redirects it to the environment if it's a target. So it pulls out a target, but in this case, it was, I think, what was it, River of Lava? Was it that one? Yeah, River of Lava came out, which is not a target. So it gets discarded, and then it ends up hitting her anyway. And now that that's out of the way, now the next 4 is definitely going to go against her.
Cool.
So that's good.
Oh, Jean-Marc is in the chat.
Hey, Jean-Marc. Everybody tell Jean-Marc how excited you are to come to his listening party next week.
Good old Cryobot.
Yeah, so to follow up real quick on what I was saying about the listening party, the music is actually being mastered probably today and tomorrow. So we will know probably in the next couple days exactly how long the listening party needs to be. And that will let us know what time we're planning on starting it next week. Alright, so out comes Violent Trickster. That is a one-shot lucky. Each player discards 1 card. Kismet deals the hero target with the lowest HP 2 melee damage. Alright.
One Raptor bot.
Alright. Haka is discarding.
I don't think Savage Man is really going to come into play too much this game, so I might discard that.
Yeah, does she have any targets?
She doesn't have any other targets, no,
yeah,
besides the
Talisman, which is indestructible. So
it is a way to deal damage for Haka, but it's not going to really come into play very much. So
right. All right, I think I am playing normal Scholar. So Solid to Liquid is useful, but I doubt I'd be using 2 of them. That's sort of my go-to. If I ever have 2 of a card, unless I have a really specific reason to use more than one of those cards, that's usually what I end up discarding. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't want to discard bots. Bye-bye, Mr. Chomps. We hardly knew ya.
And she revealed a card that wasn't lucky, so she just carries on.
Yeah, so let's take a look at that real quick. Let's pop over in her trash, or no, not her trash.
It gets shuffled back in to the deck.
Back in. And it was Violent Trickster, I believe. No.
No, that was the one she played. The one she revealed was a Jinx card.
Karmic Disjunction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I guess it was not lucky, so she doesn't.
It was not lucky, right? Karmic Disjunction. Reveal the top 5 cards of the villain deck, put any revealed Jinx cards into play, shuffle the other revealed cards, and put them back on the top of the villain deck. But as John says, like the power there was to, if it was lucky, it goes into play. If not, she shuffles it back in. So. All right, Volcanic Eruption.
Okay, so we're gonna need a way to deal with the volcano, unless we want to get burned. I could ground pound this turn.
You have a decent number of cards.
Yeah, we don't actually have environment destruction besides B-Bot at the moment, which would work, but we also don't have a way to get it into play now because you destroyed your environment card or your equipment card.
Yeah, I mean we would need to get it into play and hit it to make this.
Yeah, I think I'll have Haka play ground pound and then we just don't need to worry about it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we wouldn't need to hit it. We could let the volcano hit it, and then it could deal with the volcano.
Yeah, the problem is like getting B to play is I don't want to use Omnitron's turn to get B-Bot into play. So I will discard a couple cards for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rampage is probably a good choice with a non-target rich environment. Shout out to the weekly one shot. since Kismet does not have a lot of targets, Rampage is actually going to be more of a liability than an asset in a game like this. And there's another Haka card that I would never play normally under normal Haka, but becomes transmuted.
Really good against Iron Legacy.
Actually, I was
when you're expecting to get hit for like 8 damage.
I was testing against Iron Legacy earlier, and I did not do well, which is kind of the story of the way that works. All right, so I do not have to skip the rest of my turn because we've already taken care of that. We have 2 in play, so Grace Under Fire isn't going to be super useful. What's her current damage dealing situation?
Nothing because of Ground Pound.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's see here. Don't dismiss anything. What do we think? You want to
Proverbs and Axioms?
Yeah, I was gonna say either Proverbs and Axioms or Don't Dismiss Anything. I like the randomness of Don't Dismiss Anything to get a bunch of cards just out of turn. So yeah, we'll do that. All right, choose for me.
Oh, interesting. I guess that's a group decision. All right. I will play the top card. Draw more cards.
All right, already at max, and you get another Haka of Shielding. I am going to play the top card. Truth Seeker, excellent. So a little bit of damage dealing. And card draw.
Oh, great to play just before Omnitron's turn.
Yes, Omnitron gets a component out, and then Unity. Bot. Oh, Robot Reclamation. Well, that's all right. So we can go ahead and grab that Raptor Bot and put him on top. And yeah, let's just do some damage.
I probably wouldn't have put the Raptor Bot on top, so you might draw an equipment card, but that's just me.
So there, that Inconceivable Obstruction goes ahead and pulls out the Pterodactyl Thief, which is a target, so the damage gets redirected there.
I don't like Pterodactyl Thief.
Yeah, especially now that it came out of turn, which means we should deal with it in the next 2 turns, or else we're going to lose some stuff.
I don't want to skip, but actually my Disruptive Flechettes will hit it for 2 damage. That's nice. I think I want to actually draw a card. I guess I could play that Plating. I haven't found another one, and it could be useful in this environment. Maybe I'll just do that. And then I will try to destroy Lady Luck first. Because it's the one that's preventing us from destroying cards. And it is... Yes.
Wah, wah.
No good. And so we'll try again. Inconceivable Obstruction. Also prevented from being destroyed. This might be a while.
So we have a question in the chat. Nepacross and I were wondering if you guys would do a cool event with the release of Shadow Timelines that would allow players a second chance to earn a mint from the weekly one-shots. No. Sorry.
I highly no. We're not going to do a whole bunch of custom code for a cool event like that.
Yeah, it would be neat.
It's just not feasible.
If the ability to earn a mint was controlled from a simple server variable, that would be one thing, but that's just simply not how it's built. So sorry.
You can earn a meat.
Earn a meat. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Alright, I think we're gonna time shift Unity again because that just seems cool.
Champion bot!
Actually, yeah, you could use your Raptor bot to kill the Pterodactyl Thief.
I could do that.
And you can destroy that Plating to put B-Bot into play. Or Platform Bot if you want.
Oh yeah?
I don't really need that Plating.
Alright, yeah. I'll put another Raptor Bot out. Which, you said the Plating, the Elemental Exo Chassis?
Yeah. I mean, if I were you, I would put out the Platform Bot, but that's my preference. You have your own preferences, I'm sure.
I do have my own preferences. And chat, what are my preferences? More damage. Which, I mean, in the long run, the platform bot may end up being more damage just because it is able to keep itself alive longer. But in terms of right now, the Raptor bot not only adds 1 damage to itself, but then also to the other Raptor bot as well.
Alright, you can overkill that Pterodactyl Thief by 5.
Yeah, so well, first things first. Let's hit Kismet with the first one. And see what that does. Okay, good. So, excellent. So that, what did it reveal? I didn't see it. And was it? I think it was either another river of lava or an obsidian field, and then and then we'll overkill the pterodactyl thief.
It was river of lava.
River of lava. Okay. I did not say that, Silverleaf. Nice try.
Raptors can't deal damage either.
Karmic Disjunction. Reveal the top 5 cards of the villain deck. Any revealed Jinx cards, I believe it says any revealed Jinx cards go into play. It was gone before I finished reading it. Unlucky Break. Ugh. Destroy 4 hero ongoing and/or equipment cards. If the talisman is in front of a hero, Kismet deals that hero and the talisman 2 psychic damage each. So we lose all our...
That's all of our things.
Womp womp. That's especially frustrating when it's ground pound, because now all of a sudden she can deal damage again.
Well, I don't think she deals any more damage on her turn. She deals her damage at the start of her turn.
Ah, okay.
Scholar can probably handle hitting himself when he plays a card.
Yeah,
so
I'm fine with that. Shaky Arm. Reduce damage dealt to that hero by 1, or dealt by that hero, excuse me, by 1.
And she plays a lucky card where we hit each other. And Haka kills the Raptor bot.
Wah, wah. Locking Cant, the king of the questions today, says, in the survey there was a mention of statistical data as a priority that we could choose. Will such data include in-game information about probabilities from powers such as Tachyon or Omnitron? No, that question was specifically about, like, statistics about games you have played. Sort of, so, like, during a game, like, how many cards were played, how much damage dealt, etc., etc. How many ongoings, that kind of stuff. I'm shooting from the hip, so it wouldn't necessarily be exactly those, but the point of that would be, like, how many times you've won games versus lost games, how many cards played, how many rounds, etc. It's not the question of, like, what's the probability of a successful experiment, for instance. Although that is something we would like to do, that is not what that question was asking about. So.
Yep. So we have a couple Jinxes in play, if you want to look at them. The Scholar has 2.
Yeah, so let's...
And
Scholar.
Unity has 1.
Alright, so we've got 2 left feet, which we talked about. Whenever this hero's player plays a card, that hero deals themselves 1 melee damage. Then we've also got Scattered Mind. Whenever the hero deals damage, their player must discard 1 card. I don't like that one at all. And then Shaky Arm. This one is reduced damage dealt by that hero by 1, which isn't terrible on Unity, because she doesn't tend to do a lot of damage herself, unless she's doing, like, a brain... What's that card?
Oh, so the Scholar actually is going to be... When you play a card, you hit yourself and discard a card.
Yeah. Not great.
That's pretty rough. Of course, we can destroy Jinx cards by hitting each other, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Now her damage is being increased by 3, so I would definitely look at destroying the talisman. I think it's a good time for B-Bot to take out the volcano.
Already?
Because we can use it to hit her and hit the talisman.
And then kill it
first. Yeah. And whatever else, the Velociraptor pack and so on. So I'm going to not skip, and I'm going to play something else. I'm going to play Nair, I think. So I have another power that can deal damage. Da da da. And I'm going to hit Kismet with it. Maybe. Nope. I hit another Raptor.
Alright, I am still going to not skip.
That's true. The chat mentions if you play Flesh to Iron, you wouldn't be able to hit yourself.
Aha. Yeah, so I have a flesh to iron. I have another one I have 2 of them in hand, or excuse me, in deck. So I could.
Well, if you play keep moving, you would hit yourself and discard.
Right.
If you play flesh to iron, you won't.
Yeah. Yeah, and then.
And we can try to get rid of those Jinx cards at some point. No, I don't want to skip. I will, I think, get a deployment unit into play, which I was hoping to play at the start of my turn, but my stuff got destroyed. And I'm going to time shift Unity because that's really good. Seems to be a wise choice. Yeah. Do you want to
absolutely put that in play?
Have millions of cards.
Yes, put that in play, and then that way I'll just leave it in play. Or actually, wait, what happens? Well, at the start of my turn, I can kill it for 2 more draws. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so we're not going to skip the rest of my turn. I think the question then is, well, I have volatile parts if worse comes to worse.
Yeah. You have all the parts you can use to get B-Bot into play.
Yeah, so yes.
I would definitely say yes here.
So I got a Flash Forge and another supply crate. So I
yeah,
think I'll
so
actually. Yeah, I'm going to play that supply crate, draw 1 more. Construction Pylon, excellent. And then I'll kill the supply crate and put out the B-Bot. And I draw another supply crate. All the supplies. I must have gotten a big shipment of Villains of the Multiverse.
So I wouldn't worry about hitting anything else besides Kismet because the volcano will.
Yep.
So.
And thank you, Champion Bot, for taking that up to 5. Oh,
and the T-Rex.
The T-Rex comes out. Lucky, unlucky. The name of the game with Kismet. All right. So here comes the volcanic eruption. So this is important now. We want to hit Kismet, right?
Which will maybe reveal...
which brings out another T-Rex.
Great, there's 2 T-Rexes and they're both going to be alive.
Alright, so then let's hit the Talisman, yeah?
Sure.
And that's going to flip and it goes into Haka's play area. Then let's hit... Yeah, kill the Velociraptor pack.
Yeah, that card in, like, the Final Wasteland would be crazy. Because it's all targets. Almost all targets. Alright,
then we'll hit each of the other 2 T-Rexes.
Hit the T-Rexes, they won't die, so they're going to be chomping on us pretty badly.
And is that everything negative? Yeah, so let's hit the B-Bot.
Actually, you can kill one of the T-Rexes with B-Bot. I would definitely do that.
Oh, right, with my damage, not with my kill an environment.
Oh, yeah, and then you could just destroy... Yeah, but we want to destroy the volcanic eruption. It's worse than the...
Yeah, definitely want to get rid of that. So Celinda says, then is there again? Everyone's talking about the survey, which you can find here. I'm posting it once again. Asynchronous multiplayer. What asynchronous multiplayer means is it's mostly for mobile. The idea being that like I can take my turn on my iPad, then close the app, and then go about my day. And when it comes back around to a decision that I'm a part of, it will let me know, boom, hey, you're needed back in the game. It'll send you a message, and then you can pop back into the game and play.
Yeah, there many turn-based games use asynchronous multiplayer. You can have multiple games going, and games take a longer time, but you're not pressed to play your turn right away. Words with Friends was one of the most popular earlier games that that type of gameplay.
And Silverleaf then points out, I'm not sure that I see the point of async for this game, but if people want it, then I'm cool with it. It's one of the reasons why we didn't prioritize it for the first release of multiplayer, because as you say, Sentinels of the Multiverse is a game that's all about some of the back and forth between players, as well as, there's so many decisions in this game that require consent from everybody that async could be a pretty tricky thing. But that doesn't mean that we're not willing to take a look at it and try and tackle it, because that's just the kind of people that we are.
Yeah, so now Kismet has flipped over, as you can see.
Indeed.
And so she doesn't hit the talisman this turn, but she will next turn, if it's still in front of a hero. And she regains some hit points and hit the scholar. Alright, so Haka has the talisman, so I actually have a new power. If you want to take a look at the talisman.
Yes. So the talisman, as we were talking about up front, reveal the top 3 cards of any one deck, put them back on that deck in any order. Back on the top of that deck in any order.
We also can't destroy Jinx cards via the damage on this side. We have to destroy them other ways, and that Lady Luck is being really annoying. We haven't been able to destroy any of her cards yet.
So Razak333 asks, any estimate on the Shattered Timelines release? Nope. Pretty soon. So yeah, I would, get yourselves ready, because it's coming soon. We're not going to give you a day yet, or even a week, or even a month, but it is coming soon. Like I said,
a year, 2016.
Yeah, winter 2016, as it were. It's as I said, the music is essentially done. We're going to be previewing it next week on the stream. Come by 30 to 45 minutes early to come to the Shattered Timelines music listening party. And that's done. As you can see on the chat.
Nice NPR voice.
Thank you. On the chat, on the stream, you can see that we've been previewing new content. So, you can, and it's becoming more and more polished every week. So, yeah, I would say get yourself ready, because it's coming soon.
Okay.
All right, Haka.
All right, so there's 50% chance if we hit her that she will reveal a target at the moment. So I'm not going to try to deal her a lot of damage. I'm thinking of just playing Dominion. We can also control the top of her deck a little bit for Lady Luck if we have any ongoing destruction right now. But we don't, so that's annoying. Because with the talisman, we can organize the top of her deck, right? Mm-hmm. And so we can make sure she doesn't prevent card destruction. But unfortunately, we have no ongoing destruction happening right now. So I think I'm just going to play Dominion and collect more cards. I think I'm still going to use the talisman's power, though, to try to control what she's doing.
Is that like a koala bear in background of what's happening? Like, what's happening there? What is that?
I'm staying at my cousin's, and he has 2 small daughters.
Those
and they are
okay, well, I would not have guessed that. And I have small children, so you would think I would have guessed that. But
they are making very strange sounds.
All right, then.
It's just the Australian wildlife.
Indeed.
Somebody says, I hear a child or a door.
Or a dog? Question mark?
Alright, I'm going to look at Kismet. This is something we could use on heroes as well, which would be really nice. And with Omnitron, we could use time shift on any deck. So we've got Jinx, and we've got Hapless Strike, and we've got Karmic Disjunction. I'm thinking probably Hapless Strike. It would destroy a Raptor bot. Shaky Arm. I guess we could do Shaky Arm, but that's continuing to reduce our damage. And it's just Unity, I guess, most likely, because she's got the most cards in play. And she doesn't usually deal damage directly. So maybe Shaky Arm's the way to go. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I could be okay with that.
Yeah, I definitely don't want Karmic Disjunction to be on top. And actually, if she plays Shaky Arm this turn, then Hapless Strike can be on top, and it's a lucky card, which is what we want for the ongoing destruction.
Yes.
So that might be lucky. We're trying to control the luck here.
As anyone who's ever gone to a casino knows, that sometimes is a fool's errand.
Yes.
Or anyone who's played Powerball, which is up to $1.4 billion. I played it over the weekend when it was just a mere 900 million. I did not win, but I have a ticket for tomorrow night.
If you win, we'll be announcing all of the new projects.
Yes, if I win the Powerball, things will be different. Let's just put it that way. But I'm smart about it. I would be one of those people that like hires a lawyer and like forms a new corporation to pull it in trust or whatever. So I would not be announcing it tomorrow next week on the stream if I won the Powerball. So just be advised, because that's super likely to happen. All right, yeah, so what can I have 3 now on me. I got Glass Jaw. I think that's the newest one. Increased damage dealt to me by 1, and then the 2 left feet and the Scattered Mind that we saw before. So I think I'm going to keep the Flesh to Iron. I'm going to get rid of one of the solid liquids. Let's see. We still have. There's only 2 of those. So last turn we were talking about proverbs and axioms. I'm looking to see if there's any better play. I don't know that I have a better play unless. What's her current damage situation? Would offensive transmutation do anything useful?
Yep. She's going to be hitting the talisman and then hitting probably the scholar. But the thing is, you might not actually hit her.
Right, yeah, like as you said, there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I would probably go for Proverbs and Axioms so we can potentially draw some ongoing destruction and also heal up. Oh, you ended up actually hitting yourself because of all the jinxes you got.
Yeah, there's a bunch. It was only 1, so that's fine.
Yeah, but you have to discard a card.
Yeah, I'm going to discard the Keep Moving. Alright. So we got a Haka of Battle. Moral Form to Energy, Innervation Ray, and Bebot.
Alright, so I'm going to be able to... Oh, man, I don't have my... Oh, yeah, What happened to my deployment unit? Did you destroy it? I guess.
I didn't destroy it. She must have destroyed it.
Yeah. Omnitron-X is having trouble this game. Alright. So here... if we're all healing, then Choose For Me works. So if we're not, then it might not make sense to Choose For Me.
Say it again.
Like, are we all just healing, or is, like, the order might matter if someone's going to use a power, right?
Yeah. I mean, neither of my people are going to use a power.
Okay. I'll probably just heal as well. I don't see too much use in using a power right now. Okay. For 3 damage, that is. If it was on our other side, then we would be dealing 4 damage and the jinxes would be getting destroyed, which would be great. But she's on the other side, so... This is a pretty rough Kismet game. Usually it's not so difficult.
Yeah.
It's really hard to hit her, and it's really hard to destroy her stuff. She got that straight away. That's one of her stronger combos, I think. Yeah, and I can pretty much just set up an Innervation Ray. I think that's all that's useful right now. So maybe next turn I'll start be able to healing Scholar for dealing damage and so on. But we'll see. And I think I'm going to reveal Unity again, because that's been really good. Like, there's nothing that I wouldn't want to play.
Yeah, exactly.
With other decks, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want End of Days to come out or whatever.
Yeah. Or like with Unity bots out, if you if you do it on Tachyon, like maybe she might kill a bot by accident. You don't want that.
Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna want to destroy the T-Rex.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna Construction Pylon and get the Platform Bot and the B-Bot out, unless you can think of another reason.
Yep, I think that's fine, as long as As long as that T-Rex gets hit by someone, the platform bot would be fine.
Oh, that's a graphical glitch that just happened there. That's interesting. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna do the 8 damage, or I guess it would actually only be 6. Yeah, so like, do we, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what she pulls out. Ah, Obsidian Field, nice. So we did 8 damage to Kismet there, excellent. I'm not gonna discard 2 cards. And then the platform bot will take out the T-Rex with a super overkill of 5 damage.
And a Raptor is going to go after B-Bot.
Alright, so
it's, again, 50-50 between, it could be a Pterodactyl Thief comes out or Purple Planet Life, but, I mean, I would just try to hit Kismet anyways.
yeah. Oh, Pterodactyl Thief. That's alright, we got time to deal with it.
Yeah. Now, remember, we know the top of her deck is not a lucky card. So there's no use trying to destroy one of her cards, because we know it won't work.
Okay.
So I would get rid of the Raptor pack, probably.
Done.
And she's gonna do a bunch of damage. Unity can do less damage, yes. So now, if we have, of course, we don't have our B-Bot anymore. I guess we should have saved B-Bot for next round, but oh well. We don't have any ongoing destruction anymore. Unless we can get a B-Bot. I guess you can Flash Forge to a B-Bot, right?
I do have Flash Forge.
Yeah. I think we should prioritize doing that.
Yeah, I have 1 B-Bot left in my deck.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can discard, like, the volatile parts, maybe, I guess. So some people are talking about the lottery. I don't typically play the lottery either. I do occasionally go to the casino, which is downstairs from where I sit right now. But whenever, I have a rule, whenever the Powerball goes over 500 million, I play it. That's my rule.
Alright, she's going to be doing a lot of damage on her turn unless we let her take the talisman back. Or I could ground pound to keep her from doing a lot of damage. Any thoughts?
Let's see. I mean, you have... Wow, you have 3 Haka of battles and 3 Haka of shieldings. Yeah, if it was just me playing single player, I would ground pound right now and discard 1 of each, probably.
Actually, you could use
I'd probably get rid of the
offensive transmutation instead, because we know what the top of the environment deck is.
Yeah, I'd be happy to play offensive transmutation.
Cool. Yeah, because we know she won't redirect it. So I think I'd rather do that than... I'd rather save a ground pound for... Like, when she flips over, we're going to need the ground pound. She's going to be doing a pile of damage because of all the jinxes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play, I think, Tomoko then. And then I will get rid of that Pterodactyl Thief, unless someone else was planning to, like, sort of accidentally. I think I'll just have Haka do it.
Yeah, that's fine. So someone says, since I since I say that I play if it's over 500 million, do I play twice if it's over $1 billion? I bought 1 ticket. It's at 1.4 billion. I bought 1 ticket. Just because statistically, it's one of those things where if you buy more than 1 ticket, it actually, like, yes, technically speaking, it does double your chances, but your chances are so vanishingly small anyway that, you know, the $2. I spent $2. If I make 1.4 billion, that seems like a pretty.
It also doubles the amount of money you spend.
Exactly. I actually did see an equation that explained exactly how that all works out in terms of, you know, spending money versus, you know, potential return, et cetera, but
it's never a good investment. It's entertainment. So.
Yeah, exactly right.
This is really bad for the scholar.
I know. Let's see, I'm at 19. I'm not going to use Grace Under Fire. Let's get rid of that. And then We're going to hit Kismet.
There's something wrong with the damage preview happening. Also.
Yeah, I was wondering about that actually.
I think Jean-Marc's been working on that. It's not in this build, the fixes, so.
Gotcha.
You have to keep discarding more cards.
Yeah, more discarding. So someone points out that the talisman isn't blinking as a usable power. That's because the power actually comes up listed under your character card.
Yeah, that's going to be changed.
Oh, wait, is it? The power's going to be on the talisman?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, it currently shows up the same way that, like, what's his name? Tempest. Yeah, Plague Rat or, like, Tempest has that one card that has 2 powers on it. It pops up like that on your character card. But apparently that's going to be changed.
Alright, Healy. Guess I'll give Crowbot a hit point. And the Scholar, he's been hitting himself a lot. Maybe he doesn't need it. He can usually heal himself enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's chilling at 20. I mean, we're all over...
Okay. Unity a hit point.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can put in a bioengineering beam and destroy an environment card I don't actually want to destroy. Which isn't great. Man, I don't really have great. I guess I'll put defensive blast. I'll put bioengineering beam into play, and then you have it.
And then you have it.
And then I'm gonna reveal Unity again, and maybe a Bebop will show up.
Powered Shockwave.
Shockwave. Sure, may as well play it.
Yeah.
I guess you'll hit the talisman, but she's not going to deal damage, so it's okay. Actually, it's going to destroy the talisman. You have a lot of bots in play.
Yeah, I have like 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And since she's basically she's not going to deal damage, so it's safe to do this, I think.
Yeah, and weren't we talking about trying to get the talisman back to her?
No, she can't deal damage, so I don't need to worry about it. But it's happening. So yeah, and the environment deck is empty, so she can't save herself until the environment turn. So I would just continue to wail on her with all your bots.
Nice. Talisman goes back to her. Omnitron-X draws in a blade of coating. And alright, so we had talked about flash forging, but it looks like...
Well, yeah, I guess so. So here's the thing. So we could, if we get it a B-bot, we could absolutely for sure get rid of Lady Luck. But we'd have to destroy, like, you would have to hit B-bot to be sure that would happen.
Right.
Personally, I would do that because Lady Luck is, like, the worst thing. But it's up to you. It's your turn.
What would be the best scenario to do that? I could brainstorm or I could supply crate. Brainstorm's gonna give me 2 card draws. Supply crate's only gonna give me 1 in the moment.
Flash Forge would be the way to do it.
Oh, Flash Forge, right, excuse me.
The other ones you would not be sure to get it. Flash Forge you can be sure to get it.
So we'll Flash Forge, and then I'm actually gonna discard Yeah, see, this is tough, man, because Brainstorm is 2 cards immediately. Supply Crate is potentially 3 if you do it right. I'm just going to get rid of the Supply Crate. And
you could also look for Swiftbot if you want.
That's true.
Or not.
I'm just going to grab B-Bot. And then I'm going to...
Yeah, I would have discarded Brainstorm and Vault of Parts and gotten Construction Pylon and Swiftbot. But that's me.
Yeah. I probably just did something that John would never have done, which is discard Stealthbot. I almost never use Stealthbot.
Stealthbot could be her best card. I would definitely in the running for her best card.
I understand that, but that's not the way I play. All right.
You need to destroy B-Bot.
With that one, I need to destroy B-Bot? Shoot.
That's what we've been talking about.
Sorry.
For 5 minutes.
For some reason, I thought I still had a Raptor bot in play. Alright, so we're going back to using...
Oh, the the Velociraptor pack is destroying the B-Bot, so we'll just go roll with it.
Alright. There's a true Kismet game. We're playing with luck.
So yeah, here you can if you target Kismet, she might reveal like a T-Rex, which will hit us. I don't know. So up to you what you want to do. You could hit the raptor, or you could hit her.
Ha!
Yep.
Exactly what John called. Well played. And then what am I getting rid of?
Lady Luck. Goodbye, Lady Luck. Finally.
Yeah, I mean, she's down to 28 HP, and we're all still hovering right around 20. I feel like... yes, John called shot Arnold, exactly.
And here she destroys a whole bunch of our stuff.
How many? 4? Wait. Alright.
I think I want to keep bioengineering beam if possible. Can lose innervation ray. Are you going to keep up your flesh to iron?
I can get rid of it. It's fine.
Okay, you will be hitting yourself a lot.
I mean, if you want to get rid of something else, I mean, that's the only other thing that I would get rid of, so...
You wouldn't get rid of modular workbench?
I mean, let's see. We got... I can get the turret bot out next turn with the modular workbench. I do still have brainstorm, though. Yeah, I guess we can get rid of the modular workbench. It's fine.
Yeah, like Haka has equipment you can destroy and stuff too, so...
Weak heart.
Oh man, so many jinxes.
I feel like this one probably should not go in front of Scholar. Or Haka. Haka's got...
I mean, we could...
one.
If we get rid of the Obsidian Field, the Scholar's not going to be damaging himself anymore. Actually, yeah, Omnitron-X is fine because I can play a Blade of Coating and soak it.
There you go, H2 news.
Everyone has to discard one.
Yeah, well, Haka.
I have a few cards.
See, I'd probably get one of the Punish the Weeks there, which you did, so good. I concur with that decision. Yeah, I don't really want to discard any of these. What do I have? I have 20 HP. Yeah, get rid of Expect the Worst. Yeah, See, I've got Cryobot, Champion Bot, and Platform Bot in play. I have 2 shaky arms on me, which really doesn't matter. Well, Volatile Parts, Unity deals... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Volatile Parts, because if I've got 2 of those on there... I feel like that's probably the best choice there.
Alright, so now on this side... she is going to be dealing 8 damage to each hero target.
Unless we kill her this turn.
Actually, we could probably kill her this turn.
I'm saying, man, you got Hakas of Battle and lots of cards, and a mirror in play.
There's inconceivable obstruction.
Oh, right. Shoot. Yeah, that's true.
So it's possible, but unlikely.
Roll the dice, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, the environment has 5 targets. Yeah, it's 50-50. 5 targets and 5 non-targets. Scholar isn't doing any damage. Omnitron-X. is
It's
can do a
actually
little
5 and
bit.
7, just to be clear. So it's like a little bit in our favor.
Oh, is it? Okay.
There's 5 targets. There's 1 T-Rex, 2 pterodactyl.
I don't
thieves, and
think
2
we can do
velociraptors.
28 damage this turn. Not even close.
I mean, you can do. Let's see, 1,
14.
2, 3, 14. So half of it.
Yeah, but like Unity doesn't have much, Omnitron-X doesn't have much, Scholar has nothing. Like, where's the rest of the damage coming from?
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah, she's
I could
going
do a big
4.
hit that will probably take out a raptor
Yeah.
instead. I could also ground pound.
I was gonna say ground pound seems like the choice if we're
Yeah.
trying to play it safe and not go for broke.
And then we don't need to worry about the environment, and we can build up for hopefully next turn. And maybe we don't have any way to get rid of more ongoing cards. We could get rid of some of the jinxes.
Inconceivable.
I could hit if Haka hits someone for 4 damage. Then a jinx will be destroyed. We could get rid of one of the jinxes on the Scholar.
I would have no problem with that.
Either Glassjaw or 2 Left Feet or Scattered Mind. So I could hit Cryobot for 4 damage. Would you be okay with that?
Yep, do it.
Okay. Then I'm just going to elbow smash Cryobot. Sorry, Cryobot. Everyone loves you, I promise.
But only slightly less well known is never going against a Sicilian when death is on the line. Sorry.
Alright, and so I think Choose For Me is fine here. And there's another T-Rex.
And a T-Rex comes out.
Awesome. We can definitely try to arrange it so she's second highest. Well, maybe if we can hit her. It's unclear if we can actually hit her. And which one would you prefer to be destroyed?
That is a good question. Let's take a look here. So we got Scattered Mind. Yeah, probably.
Glassjaw's the one.
I was gonna say probably
Glassjaw's the
Scattered
one
Mind because I don't have a ton of cards.
Okay.
But
Glassjaw's the one that's actually like causing you to discard because the Obsidian Field is boosting it up by 1. Plus that, but I could get rid of Scattered Mind.
yeah, get rid of Scattered Mind just because.
I guess it's a vote because it's effect on her. So yeah, Scattered Mind. So yeah, because I mean you use it to discard cards to keep your stuff, not discarding extra cards for no reason. Oh my goodness, there's so many T-Rexes. She's at 28. I kind of want to hit her to get her lower so the T-Rexes will attack her. We need to get her to be second highest, so like 22 or 21. It's possible. Oh yeah, and that's only the first time it turns, so that was fine. Cool. And she can't deal damage. Good.
I mean, I do have that don't dismiss anything, so we could go on a bit of a random rampage of putting cards out and seeing what we get.
Sure.
The question is, do I discard... I would probably discard Keep Moving, honestly.
Yeah, if you're not planning on getting another form.
Yeah, because if I want to keep Flesh to Iron out, like that's of limited usefulness. So, all right, so let's see what we got. All right, is there any particular? Harbinger says, "Let's play Insula Primalis. Have a few laughs." I love the Die Hard reference. Well played. Well played. All right, we'll just choose for me here.
Yeah, I would have Haka go first in case he plays a Rampage. You don't want to have Unity's bot go out first.
All right,
Vitality Surge, no problem.
that'll work.
Let's go with the Scholar then.
What I got? Another flush to iron. Excellent.
There you go. Omnitron, sure.
Reactive plating. Ooh, brainstorm. All right.
I guess moving a card from trash to deck, we could have had Omnitron play it. For sure, but brainstorm's pretty solid.
Yeah, and I drew a Swift bot, so. All right.
You have 2 shaky arms, but you're still doing damage because of all the buffs.
I mean, should I go after the T-Rexes with these other two, or what are we thinking?
Maybe, I think we might want to actually, she's going to be dealing damage on her turn, right? So we might want to hit the talisman.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Again, because my strategy only goes so deep, whenever the talisman is in her spot, I tend to hit it. I tend to leave it when it's in the hero side, and I tend to hit it.
Yeah, right now the raptor pack will take out the talisman as it stands. So yeah, then I would hit one of the T-Rexes, probably the lower one.
Yeah, the lower one. By the way, I do want to say, I don't know if any of the people who are in the chat right now are the ones who answered this on the survey, but one of the options on the survey was, what is your favorite thing about watching the streams? And it was listening to the Handelabra team. And at least 3 people said that that was their favorite thing about the stream, so thank you if you are listening right now. We do what we can. Oh, and I draw another Proverbs and Axioms. Excellent.
Alright, so yeah, I think I want that ablative coating now, especially since I got reactive plating. And oh, I hit myself, but I don't because of ablative coating. Right, we discussed that. So yeah, so I have bioengineering beam, which would let me destroy one of those T-Rexes, and then hit. Actually, yeah, if I do that and hit Kismet, and if I actually hit her, she'll be tied, and she'll be where we want her. She'll be right where we want her.
Right where we want her.
Let's see if that works. I might end up getting an environment card out. So, nope.
Nope.
All right. So what I would say now that she's at 21, we do not hit her. This could all backfire because the environment could play something that damages us. But it could be awesome because the T-Rex could hit her.
It could.
So what I would do is...
I was thinking of playing scrap metal and getting Swiftbot out.
Sure, and Platform Bot can destroy the talisman. Actually, we don't need to destroy the talisman, but...
Yeah, isn't the Velociraptor going to go after the talisman?
I guess the Raptor's going to do that. So you could hit the T-Rex with the Platform Bot, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to scrap metal, kill the scrap metal to get out Swiftbot. And I draw another Platform Bot and a Robot Reclamation. I guess we're keeping the Obsidian Field, and I'm going to hit the Enraged T-Rex for 5.
And hopefully... no, this is bad. The Scholar doesn't have to destroy because he has -4.
Yeah.
Omnitron... Actually, I have a reduction. I have a Blade of Coating reduction. So...
Is that your toxic damage reducer? Yep.
I think I'm going to still get rid of a card, though. I don't think I do. I think I'll hold on to it. Okay, so we can hit Omnitron-X first. And that's going to let me do damage, which I'm going to deal to... Actually, I could kill the T-Rex, and then it won't hit one of us. That's probably the safest thing to do. I could try hitting Kismet, which might now bring her down to second highest again, but it also might bring out like a pterodactyl thief or something.
So people in the chat are starting to veer into dangerous territory discussing politics. I will ask you to not discuss politics. We will not be discussing politics.
I'm gonna go after Kismet, and we'll see what happens. It could be terrible. Yay! It worked. All right. And now I think we can just choose for me. And we want that to hit the talisman. And, who wants to get the talisman as their... Maybe the scholar? He doesn't have his other powers going, so...
that's fine.
And then the T-Rex is going to hit Kismet. Look at this! I love it when a plan works together.
Yeah, exactly.
Or comes together.
I love it when a plan comes together. It's funny that you went A-Team on it, because I just recently rewatched Spaced, which has a very strong A-Team theme in it.
Oh my god, she regains 4 hit points and deals everyone damage, but she doesn't have boost because she's on the other side. So that's good. Yeah, we can go for Cryobot first because that's fun.
Oh, and this will kill both the T-Rex and the Velociraptor.
It's a pretty wild game here.
Yep. Okay, fair enough. Obviously, so here's the political discussion that I can get behind. Obviously, Akash Puta is part of the Green Party. I think that is safe to say. Yeah, and if we're gonna talk politics of the United States, Kismet is Native American, so she's got some shit to say to just about anybody who has something to say about the United States.
All right, so now there's a 1 in 3 chance that will actually deal damage to her if we attack her. Although the Scholar can organize the top of her deck. Oh no, the Scholar could organize the top of the environment deck so we can hit her.
That's true.
But the problem is Haka is going first, and he's the one who has the big attack. Actually, Omnitron-X has a big attack. He's got Defensive Blast. That can do 6 damage. And then you've got a couple platform bots, potentially.
Yeah, I have 1 in play, and I could probably get out... yeah, I don't have an equipment, but I can kill someone else's equipment to get the other one out.
Yeah, I guess the problem is, like, you could reveal the top 3 cards, and they're all targets.
That's true.
So, I'm not sure how good that is. I would love to do a huge Haka of battle and destroy her, but can't do that.
Yeah, I'm looking at your hand, trying to decide what I would do in this scenario.
I mean, I can do a Haka of battle to try to do 5 damage, and then
kill whatever comes out if it does.
It'll kill whatever comes out, or it'll do 5 damage to her.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. And I have 3 Hakas of battle, so I can keep trying that.
You can keep trying that plan, yeah. I like it.
Alright. I only discard 2 cards, too, so... because of the obsidian field. Oh, it would have worked.
Well, it still worked.
It did work. Yeah, that's good 5 damage.
Yeah, she's
I think
under
we can
10
still get
and we're
this.
all over 10. I feel like we got this.
Yeah, actually, if you use Proverbs and Axioms, we would Haka would be able to hit her again, and Omnitron-X would be able to hit her. Or you could play that instead, or you're discarding, right?
Yeah, I discarded 1 to keep one of my Fleshed Irons, and now I'm going to play my other Proverbs and Axioms.
Yeah, so let's let Haka go first and see if she puts out a target.
Well, this is the card draw.
Oh, okay, yeah. So choose one. Fine.
Yeah, so we'll choose for me on this. What did I get? A Grace Under Fire, not so useful. Ooh, Brainstorm.
Oh, right. I have to discard. I dealt damage to myself, so I have to discard a card. And then I'll use Mare and attack Kismet and Pterodactyl Thief. That's okay. And then I have to discard a card because I dealt damage. And then she hits me because I used a power. Alright, now Omnitron-X, I want to use him next because I can use Bioengineering Beam. Ooh, that was close. Destroy an environment card. I can destroy the Pterodactyl Thief that just came out. And then damage Kismet for sure. And then for you guys, you can decide what you want to do, I guess.
Yeah, I think for Scholar, I'm probably gonna...
Why don't you destroy Mirror and put Turretbot into play?
Oh, I like it. Let's do that. So we'll do Unity first. Alright, so I'm going to get out the Turretbot. Sorry, a buddy of mine is stopping by the office saying hi real quick. That's why I was kind of distracted.
Yeah, I destroyed Mare. We're not going to use it again.
Alright, so kill Mare. Get out the Turretbot. Yeah, I'd say we have this well in hand.
Yeah. And Scholar, so I don't think you even need to worry about... so you could use the Talisman and your base power if you wanted, but I would just regain 2 hitch points. Two hitch points.
2 hitch points. Exactly. All right. So what am I doing? Am I talismaning or am I?
It's up to you, really. The environment deck is almost all targets, so we need to be doing multiple damages on our turn,
right.
Which we are doing. So it's fine. So it doesn't really matter.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we're all, with the exception of Haka, we're all over 10 and she's down to 6, I feel like.
Yeah, because I'm going to do Defensive Blast, and that's going to do a bunch of instances of damage.
Yeah, that's right, level up, Leo. I said talismaning. I verbed it. What's up?
And the Raptor gets hit. That's fine. The Raptor's actually going to get destroyed by the Defensive Blast.
Talisman.
Okay, it continues to hit the Talisman after it flipped over.
Yep. That's a heck of a card right there. Gaussian Coil Blaster comes out.
I guess with Defensive Blast, if you have enough boosts, you could, like, flip the Talisman 4 times. Just as part of that. And this could be it.
This could be it. Let's see. Oh, not quite. Pterodactyl Thief comes out. Pterodactyl Thief goes away. And
then whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
One of your bots is going to your platform bot's going to do it at the end of your turn.
Damage dealing. Ah, if only Crowdbot had more than 1 HP. Oh, right, I get to play more than once. Yeah, let's steal it away from the bots. Why not? Let's see what we got here. Come on, Kismet.
With your shaky arm. Your 2 shaky arms.
I'm shaking, and there it is!
That was the most complicated, longest battle against Kismet I've ever played.
Yeah, I agree. I played, like I said, I played against her 6 times in testing, and I've won I want to say 4 of them. and this was definitely the more complicated of them. But we won, and anyone you
Yep.
walk away from
That's right.
is a good one.
Yeah, and a lot of our damage was sort of stuff we decided to do in that last round. So.
And there she is, locked up, ready to be sent off. I don't know where. Maybe to the block, as it were. All right, so it is 9:26, which means unfortunately I don't think we have time for a second game.
Yep.
I would like to, but I would also like to get home. It's actually snowing kind of a lot here in Cleveland right now, so I'd rather not have to trudge home in the snow at 10:30 at night.
Yes. Let's play another game against Akash Buddha. Maybe not. That would be quick.
Yes. So I will one more time paste the link to our user survey here. If you have not yet tried it out, please do go take a look and fill that out for us. We're gathering some information, just basically to sort of see, how you guys are playing the game, what features you're interested in, how you've been playing expansions, which expansions you've been buying, how you've been buying. It's a general marketing survey. It's the kind of stuff that we like to put out there just to make sure that we're doing what we need to make sure that Sentinels is successful and that you guys are having fun. That's really what it's all about.
Decisions for this year. So
Exactly. So that's that. Again, I just want to remind everybody, next week, a half an hour to 45 minutes before the stream, so that would be somewhere between 7 and 7:30 Eastern Time, we will be kicking off the stream early to do a Sentinels Shattered Timelines soundtrack listening party ahead of the Shattered Timelines release, which is coming up soon. It's the best I can tell you. But come next week to hear the music. You've heard a little bit of it, mostly I think just the block. I don't think you've heard any of the I don't think you've heard Time Cataclysm or any of the villain songs yet. And you will get to hear those next week if you come by to the stream a little bit early. So anything else I need to cover there, John?
I think that's about it.
All right, folks. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Fill out the survey, tell your friends, and we will see you next week a little bit early for the listening party. Thanks, guys. See ya.